I was here last year. It's bigger, better, and even more exciting this year. So happy to see you all. I think we are growing by numbers in terms of revenues and the audience here. So happy to see you all. Well, great. Today we are going to talk about how unifying customer experience can be delivered by joint integrated solutions. Well, Sundeep, you spoke about AI plus data plus CRM.
Yeah.
I would like you to highlight more about how that is used in the entire omnichannel strategy.
Sure. Thanks, Krishanth. What happens in an omni-channel customer strategy, right? You're basically enabling the customer to reach out to you through any channel possible, whether it is in person, at a store, or at one of your locations, or it could be virtual through email, or chat, or WhatsApp, or social media, or any other channel, right? Now, that interaction still needs to be managed. It is an interaction, it is a two-way communication, right? The customer says something to you, you need to say something back to the customer. Now, if what you are saying back to the customer has no relevance or no meaning, you're basically disrupting customer experience. You're going to make sure that that customer never comes back to you, right? The way you can hold that customer's interest, the way you can ensure that that customer feels that he is loved, he or she is loved by the brand, is because you have that information about who that customer is, why are they reaching out to you in the first place. And that is possible with AI plus data plus CRM, which is why I think that connection is very important. The reason I did that whole thing was because I trusted that brand. I took that ride because I trusted it. Now, finally, I decided I'm going to go on Twitter and tweet about it. I tweeted, and thankfully, that one part I think was working well that day. Within 3 minutes, I had someone pick that tweet up, DM me, get my bill corrected, and send me the correct bill in the next 5 minutes. Right? So, kind of ensured that it, fizzled out that negative experience that I had. And the reason I'm taking a negative experience to explain this, folks, is because that's where you have the maximum downside. Right? You can have a ton of great things happen and one bad thing happen, and the bad thing is what everyone will remember you for. Right? And social media, unfortunately, is that one area where everyone can see what anyone else has to say about you. There was another example very recently, one of large major airlines, customer of Salesforce, by the way, customer of yours also, I believe. Sanjeev Kapoor was flying them, and then tweeted about a very bad experience I had with the food that they served in flight. And Sanjeev Kapoor is a chef, he has his own influence base. That tweet was going to blow big. Right? But what happened was within the, I think, next 5 or lesser than that minutes, the brand picked it up, went back to Sanjeev, mentioned that we're sorry for the experience that you had, we understand it because there was a service provider who we have had quality issues with, and we are migrating out to another service provider come Monday, so we promise you the next time you're here, you're going to have a great experience. And something else that we could do to ensure we help you through it. Right? Now, Sanjeev liked that. Sanjeev liked the fact that they responded back to him so soon. He thanked them for it, and that potentially diffused a situation where you had a celebrity who was saying something bad about you, which could have blown up in social media, which was immediately covered because of not just immediate response, because the ability for them to respond in a way that would ensure the situation could get diffused. Right? Now, that's not possible by just having a social media management tool or having a CRM in isolation. That's possible because you have the ability to tie both through and the ability to see every interaction in CRM and act upon that interaction through your social media management. Right? I think that's what I wanted to share.
Thank you, Sandeep. Well, Eryl, can you double click and tell the audience what all we can do with the Salesforce plus Konnect Insights integration?
Yeah, I think one of the major points that Sandeep highlighted is, you have these two systems talking to each other. It's not just in isolation, but they are well connected and both of them know what's happening. Probably that user could have also, firstly come on chat or email and then finally decided to come on social where they did not get the right service probably. So that is when what Konnect Insights does. So it covers everything in social, right? You have all of your different channels within social media as well. A customer who really needs help. Let's assume that the customer has been frauded or something, if it's a banking instance, and they'll just reach out on all channels. Probably reach out to you on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. And within that as well, you firstly need to know who that customer is, because otherwise you'll not be able to identify and you'll be giving resolutions on different channels. And as a customer, I'm still kind of lost. So that is where what firstly we do with the integration is that every customer interaction, and I'll quote the airline brand, something that you mentioned, is that every customer interaction for that airline brand is sent to Salesforce. The major element in identifying that customer would be a unique customer ID. And based on that, a contact would be created, and then you'll map all of it to have a fair understanding of the user. And instant responses being provided, and even if the same user is writing to you on different channels, because you have that one platform that's giving you that unified experience, at the end of the day, you still know and you can provide the right resolution across channels. And the field mapping is very important, because based on that fields, you then have a quick overview of what's happening across these channels, and even sending some important fields. Within an airline instance, you have critical situations, probably a crisis situation where you need to highlight it, send it to an important queue where you have experienced agents to handle such cases. So that is when, with our integration, what we do is we send that data to a specific queue where it's a crisis situation and it needs to be handled by a set of experienced users or agents. And the main part, leaving all of this aside, is still the two systems talking to each other. So it's Konnect Insights sending information to Salesforce, but also Salesforce sending us some information back, about the ticket status, probably what's happened in terms of what categories it's been classified into. So you have all of these elements talking to each other, and you're removing the silo approach and having everything stitched in as one unified platform. So that's a quick use case on the integration as well.
Thank you, Eryl. Well, in general, integrations are very important. Trust me, I used to lead the integrations marketplace team at Freshworks. I've spent 3 years there. There have been countless customers where they were able to deliver great customer experience by opting for integrations. We heard from Samir about the vision that we have for Konnect Insights app marketplace. We have Salesforce. I think they are the pioneers. They started the journey in 1998 with respect to App Exchange, and they have shown the world how having a platform journey is very important. Samir also called out about Genesis App Foundry. We are there as well. Konnect Insights will have our own platform. Of course, we have a lot of native integrations, but we are going to help you even more have a seamless way of getting your apps ready on a click of a button. So we are looking at a dual marketplace strategy where we'll have all the apps and integrations on one end, and all the different services. We have few marketing agencies here. We'll also be listing your profiles with respect to the different services that you can offer to your end customers. So our strategy moving forward will be a dual marketplace approach. I'll tell you more about that during our next year, We Connect 3.0. Until then, have a great time. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.